Hello, this is Eden with Helixx VR. Today I'll be reviewing Dick Wilde 2, a rail shooter for the HTC Vive, Oculus Rift, Windows Mixed Reality, and PSVR by Bulwark Games. This game is set in a parody of the America's Deep South, so we'll be seeing a lot of lakes, rivers, and guns. I personally played this through with the PSVR with the Move controllers and the Aim controller, while Seven and Kerminator played on the Vive with the regular Vive controllers. In Dick Wilde 2, you are taken on a scenic raft ride. Unfortunately, the river is full of trash, piranhas, alligators, explosives, and quite a few more things to make your journey less than pleasant. It's your job to get through the ride safely and clear as much as you can while you're at it. Luckily, Dick Wilde is willing to help you out. This game can be played alone, or a friend can join in multiplayer. You start the game off with a couple of pistols, or if you're using the PSVR aim controller, one larger and more powerful pistol. As you float down the river, you have to use these to shoot the enemies before they can kill you. Some of them come flying at you, some of them shoot projectiles, some just wait around for you to come to them. Either way, you need to deal with them somehow, or otherwise avoid dying. Ideally, you'll be shooting them dead, but in a pinch, you can sidestep when you have a giant ball of acid flying straight towards your face, and you can let the enemy who threw it live if you really need to. What you cannot leave alone is some of the obstacles. You'll find barriers, old trucks, barrels, and all sorts getting in your way. Whenever you clear it, you get some money. Some of it you don't have to clear as it's not in your path. It's worth it for the extra cash though, if you're not too busy dying. If you don't clear it in your path, you get to crash into it with your raft. Not good if it happens too much. Some of the obstacles can be pretty useful though. Explosive barrels can blow up pretty much anything that's in your way if you shoot them. At the start, and several times at checkpoints during a ride, you'll have the chance to buy weapons and upgrades. First off, the weapons. During the beginning of the game, you can use your money to buy a regular SMG or shotgun. If you're dual wielding, you have to upgrade each weapon individually. If you're using the aim controller on the PSVR, you only have to upgrade one weapon, but it's more expensive. Most of the time you'll be shooting whichever gun you've equipped, but after dealing out a certain amount of damage, you can activate a temporary power shot. With this, your guns turn into a high-powered pistol briefly, and you can do a lot of damage quickly. As you continue through the game, you can unlock further weapons through completing challenges. These are special levels which you need to clear using the new weapon to unlock it for purchase. There's 16 weapons total in pistols, SMGs, shotguns, and, oddly enough, energy weapons. So you have a good amount of choice after you unlock them all. I personally like the SMG the most, as just spitting out a constant rain of bullets is always fun. The energy weapons are a second though. You can use them to fire quickly, or charge shots for more power. The other upgrades are healing any damage you've taken, increasing your max health, getting critical shots more often, having an extra barrier on the raft, and having more time with the power shot. After the checkpoints, sometimes you can choose to go left or right. Each path will be slightly different, and you may need to replay the level to fully complete it. This is because one of your objectives is to collect keys. Keys may be found on either or both routes. To collect the key, you have to go the direction shown on the map. Sometimes during that part of the route, a golden fish will jump up. Usually it's fairly easy to shoot it. The game can get pretty hectic though, and if you've missed it, you've missed it. You need to redo the level completely if you want to collect it. New levels, challenge levels to unlock weapons, and even boss levels are all unlocked by collecting enough keys. You don't have to get every single one to proceed, but getting as many as you can does help. Clearing levels in general helps too. Often when you clear a level, it increases the amount of money you start with on a level from the same world. If you find a particular level too difficult, you can try another and come back later, and perhaps start off with an SMG rather than a pistol. At the end of each world, there is a level with a boss at the end. These are long, multi-stage battles against huge enemies, where you'll have to take out pieces of the boss bit by bit. Now, I did have some small issues with the game, mostly revolving around balance. I played with both the Move controllers and aim controllers. I felt like the game was much easier with the aim controller, perhaps just because I only have to focus on one area at a time and aiming is easier. Generally, the game felt like it was either too easy at times or too hard at times. Enemies seemed to be all over you or easy to pick off. It never seemed to be a happy medium for too long. When speaking to the other members of the Helixx VR team who played, they felt the same. The only other issue is minor and PSVR specific really, but I don't think I've ever had the notice about moving out of the camera view so many times when playing a PSVR game. The best option is often to sidestep an attack, but the PSVR really isn't designed for that. You just can't move too much. Graphically, the game looks good. It's not exactly super detailed graphics, but it doesn't need to be. The background music is fitting, and the voicing for Dick sounds exactly as you'd expect really. The game costs approximately $20 or £16. You can sink quite a lot of time into it, clearing all the levels. It might get repetitive after a while as it's basically more of the same, just with more powerful enemies and new unlocks as you go on, but it's enough content that it feels worth it. In the end, Dick Wilde 2 is a very well done rail shooter, and unlike a lot of similar titles, it really feels like a full game. It does have its issues, but in the end, it has that fun factor. I'd not recommend trying to play the entire thing at once, but it looks to be a really good one to play for an hour or two, and ideally with friends. Once again, this was Eden from Helixx VR. If you'd like to see more content like this, please remember to like, subscribe, and if you really liked it, hit that alert button too. If you'd like to see more about the game, click the link in the description below, and if you'd like to see some more VR games, here are some more videos, so go check those out too.